Welcome back, everybody, to Deli. I just ate a Pop-Tart. It's 2 a.m. Life is good. I have a game. There's no music. Maybe life isn't good if there's no music, but I will make it work. So we got a game today called Cemetery Mary, and it is from the same creator of Crow Scare and It's Not Me, It's My Basement, which are two games that I have watched. I did not play them, but I have watched them. And this one looks like it's gonna be a long game. So, pray for me. Alright, but let's go. Oh, bunch of warnings. Stalking, kidnapping, strong language, mild drugs, alcohol, smoke, blood, murder, suicide. God dang, okay. Flashing images. Oh yay, music. I have never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one they certainly deserved. If only it had come later in their lifetime, and maybe it could have been prevented, if there wasn't a murder in my city. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. That's what they called them, at least. It was hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard they strike at night. I heard they only target one person at a time and don't stop until they're dead. I heard it's a ghost blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe in any of that. At least not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone, staying until it closed, walking home by myself in the dark. Even though it was only across the street, these rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they're real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything, but that's to be expected. They thought I was a perfect target, but I still didn't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me, so they sent me off to live with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. They didn't live far, at least not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Helen City to a small little cabin in the woods. I never understood why, but I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. I didn't want to leave, but every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went, to make them feel better. This music sounds a little bit familiar. This might be from one of their other games, possibly. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. I barely left the house, barely went to town anymore. And when I did, I was always with someone, taking all precautions to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor, even if the number of deaths in our community increased. I never thought that I or someone I knew would be a victim. Then that thing happened to those two. And for the first time, I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. No one had seen them. It was as if they suddenly vanished. As if they were killed off. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there was also that other thing that's happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Or anyone for that matter. But I was too afraid of what might happen if I did. Oh? Oh? Oh, I love the art. This art's so good. Oh! Little voice, okay. I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. Is it raining outside? It wasn't supposed to rain today. The light's on outside. Is Crovin out there? I better go check. Crovin? Who is this guy? Alright. What are you doing out here? I can see that it's raining, Mary. Quit it, Mary. How many times do I have to tell you? I finished dinner. Come inside. It's spaghetti. I used your favorite sauce, too. Okay, I'll be inside in a second. Just let me put this out. Yay, spaghetti. This is our cousin, I'm supposing. All the food is cold. Oh. Let's see. Let's just get to the point. Nah, don't worry about it. It was just a slip up. I probably would have made the same mistake. So don't talk about it anymore, alright? If you say so, then. I'm really sorry, Crow. Mary. What did I just say? We're not talking about it anymore. Okay. Other than that, we didn't say much, and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Crovin helped a little bit. After that, he went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him, like usual. He's just on his phone. Goddamn teenagers and they phones. Normally after dinner, when Crovin and I sit here together, we do something fun. We play a game on our phones together, or we get a board game, or we play cards. Talk about our days if something exciting happened. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still... they did. Crovin's been in a pretty bad mood since. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but I don't really know if he's much in the mood to talk. Well, let's attempt. Crow, do you want to talk about it? There's nothing to talk about. I've still got my old therapist's number, you know. Crovin? Ain't there a reason she was your old one? I know. But she was good at this kind of stuff. She's so little. And I've been thinking that maybe... Shut up, Mary. Just shut up already. Can I be bitter over it? Why are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? Thought you knew about this better than anyone, but here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy smiley. Can't you just stop trying to talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get your own life and then you'll stop worrying so much over mine. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Okay, hold on. I want to see if I can change the music a little bit. Character blips volume. Yeah, I gotta turn that down, because that is loud. Okay, return. Is that what they're called? Character blips? After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Crovin angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed into my pajamas. I stretched out on what you could consider my bed. The room I have in the cabin is nice. It's not like my room back in the actual home. But I've stayed here so long, I've been able to decorate it a bit more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I usually read a book or watch a movie on my laptop or lie awake thinking of every embarrassing thing that's ever happened in my life. That's funny. But as of recent, I've picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. Going to the cemetery? Look at this little crow-looking guy. The next message I had received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Your parents are safe, it had said. I know I should have done something smart. I should have told somebody. But instead, I texted the number back, and they responded to me. I've noticed that other than the first message, they don't usually reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping to find out what's happening behind all this. Are you still awake? I am awake whenever you want to talk. Well, you tell me who you are. That I cannot do. My identity must remain hidden. Forever? No, not forever. Then why can't you just tell me who this is? Because it's not safe. Why wouldn't it be safe? You'll have to trust me on that. I don't trust you at all. How did you even get my number? Your parents gave it to me. Why would they do that? Because they care about you. You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that. I'm sorry. You don't know your parents as well as you think you do. What does that mean? Seriously, you freak me out. I just want my parents back. Please don't drag this out. I just want them back home. You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Until then, goodbye. Goodbye. He seems cooperative, which is an interesting trait in, like, villains, I guess? I don't know if this guy's really a villain. But how did they expect me to do that? I had never felt more restless in my life. Even asleep, I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up in the next morning, Crovin had already left for the day. But that wasn't a surprise. He'd been staying out late and leaving super early ever since the incident. I think being home bothers him. I'm not surprised. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad, after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, it really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Is she a doll? Like, are y'all seeing this? Are we doing another doll game? That would be funny. Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail. It gets a bit twisty at some parts, but isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. Are we fast? Yeah, this girl's definitely got joints. Like a doll. Would not be surprising. At the end of the trail, there's a fence. One with a slight gap in it. And past that fence, there's a little community. It isn't big. A few trailers with a few people living all the way out there. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood. So whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. Wow, really? And then after the end of a short trip, you're in Blackwood. It's the city I grew up in, and I always really loved it. There's a library and the local stores, but my most favorite place to be is the Blackwood Cemetery. Ah, yes. It's got lots of trees to read under and the prettiest headstones I've ever seen. There's a mausoleum too. I know that word, my bad. Though I've never been inside. Private mausoleum, you know? I don't know who it belongs to. Anyway, I always try to leave flowers when I visit, at least every so often. And I visit a lot. I like to think it helps them, you know, not feel lonely. That's funny. And then after spending my day in Blackwood, I come back home the same way I left. But I always make sure no one sees the way I come back home, just in case, you know? Despite the recent events, I too leave the cabin more than ever now. Crovin is rarely home, and I don't like being here alone. I know I'm just being paranoid, but I don't like the thought that maybe the butcher could find me out here all alone, even if that's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. So I go out a lot now. I feel more comfortable surrounded by lots of people. Despite how things may seem, I always prefer to be around people anyways. That's one reason why I like to go to the cemetery so often. There's always people there, even if you can't see them. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Crovin's gone, and the bus I take out into my town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Let's see. Let's go to the cafe. I think this is probably where stuff is, like, gonna change throughout the game. This is probably the 3 different routes. But let's do the cafe. I decided to go to the new cafe that opened up. Planet Dollars is a popular coffee chain, but we've never had one in this town. Well, until now, that is. I've always wanted to go to one, just to try it, you know? Although, I don't actually like coffee. But still, I can only see what they had, right? When I got to the cafe, it was already packed. I thought since it had been around for a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. But I guess not, seeing as how noisy and crowded it was. Still, at least it was something different from usual. As I said, I'm not particularly fond of coffee, and since I had a light breakfast anyway, I decided to treat myself with a muffin. Chocolate muffin. Oh, you're insane. Because sweet foods are the best. However, I found myself in a bit of a pinch when I tried to look for some place to sit down. It seems as though everyone's seat were already taken, and I really didn't want to walk and eat at the same time. Luckily though, I was able to find an empty seat. Oh my goodness, Owl? A girl around my age with the most spectacular eyebrows was diligently working on her laptop with an empty seat across from her. I figured she must be writing an essay for college or something. Coffee shops are popular with people in college, or so I hear. Seeing as this was the only seat left, I asked her, "Excuse me, may I sit here?" She didn't verbally answer me. Rather, she glanced over at me, rolled her eyes, and nodded to the empty chair. I tried to look apologetic as I sat. "Thank you." I feel like you probably shouldn't say anything. But at the same time, staying quiet's not gonna do anything, so just... Sorry, could you shut up for a second? I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, sorry. Do we keep going? I don't know if we keep going. Do we keep pushing it? I'm gonna push it. Not now. I'm fine. Let's do it. Thanks. So, you're interested in what I'm doing here? Oh, yeah, I guess. You seem to be very focused after all. As focused as I can be. What's your name? Me? I'm Mary. Twyla. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I'm working on a report. A report? Like, for school? No. Have you noticed something's odd going on in town recently? Something odd? I'm not surprised if you haven't heard about it. It's like the police are trying to dull suspicions. Or just arrest potential suspects so everyone can feel safe. Oh. Oh, are you talking about the killing rumors? The Blackwood Butcher, right? Don't say it so loud! But, yes, how did you know? Oh, well, I've been hearing the rumors for a while now. And actually, my aunt and uncle died pretty recently. They were, killed. Really? Uh-huh. That's actually pretty... How did they die? Oh, I don't know. No one really told me, but the circumstances were strange. Like, they didn't die naturally. There was definitely someone else involved. At least that's what I've been told. Uh-huh. Interesting. You know, maybe you can help me with this report. And, some other stuff. Oh, I can? Yeah. If you're okay with that, of course. Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, having a killer around is bad, so if I can help, like, raise awareness or something. I mean, like, yeah, I'd like to help you. Thanks. This really put me ahead. I have to go, actually. I'm running late for something. Here, give me your phone number. I'm not entirely sure I'll need your help, but I'd rather have a way to contact you, just in case. Oh, yeah, of course. Twyla and I exchanged phone numbers. After, she packed up her laptop and was picked up by a car outside. Come to think of it, I didn't actually see her drink any coffee or order any food. I guess maybe she finished before I got there. I don't know why she would choose such a noisy place to work, though. After spending my day looking in some nearby stores, I went home pretty tired. I ate leftovers for dinner and yawned more than once as I got changed into pajamas. I plopped myself onto my bed and pulled out my phone, ready to continue the nightly conversation. You're there, right? Of course I am. I don't know why I keep contacting you. I guess I'm just afraid if I don't, you'll disappear or something. It's unlikely. I know you won't tell me where my parents are, but can you at least tell me why you took them? No. Why not? I don't know who could be seeing these messages. Are you worried about being traced? Possibly. I may even change phones from time to time just to be careful, but you'll know it's me. I don't know if that should be comforting or not. I really don't see how this works. How am I supposed to trust you aren't someone dangerous if you don't give me any info to go off of? Especially when I haven't even heard from my parents. Goodbye, Mary. Sleep well. What a loser. I felt sick that night as I tried to go to sleep. I tossed and turned so many times, and yet I was still too tired to get up and try to do anything else. I don't remember when, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I'm not going back out there. You saw how they were looking at me. I can't do it. I can't! I'm sorry. Maybe it's better if I don't anymore. What happened? This entire game is probably just gonna be me reading it. I don't know if I'm gonna have much commentary. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. It's the only outfit she has. Crovin's gone and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Oh. So I can go somewhere else? Ooh. Well, what if the girl's at the cafe again? She has my phone number. She doesn't need me. Let's go to the library. I decided to go to the library. It's nothing quite like a good book. My favorite kind of books are mysteries. Not necessarily murder mysteries, but mysteries in general. In fact, I kinda prefer it when the mysteries don't involve anyone dying. There's a lot less tension there, you know. But maybe I'm just too soft. I also quite enjoy manga, especially the shoujo kind. I feel almost embarrassed to like them, but I find that they're cute and nice. I like seeing characters fall in love. Yeah, a shoujo. Maybe that's what I'll try to find in the library today. Step into the library and begin to make my way over to my favorite spot. A tucked away corner in the library right by a single window. I'm sorry, where is it tucked away in? What building? Sometimes I'd spend an entire day in that corner just reading. I've even managed to finish entire books without leaving the library. I look forward to doing something like that again today. But what's happened? Look at this little thing. When I got to my favorite spot, I noticed a man was already sitting there. I was surprised because usually this library is pretty empty. But this man, he's familiar. I've met him before. Oh, my apologies. Did I take your seat? Oh, it's you. Mary. Marianta, yes? Ah, yes, that's right. I remember you. From the funeral, right? Indeed. Do you remember my name? Reginald? That's right! It's a pleasure to see you here. I was hoping I'd run into you again one day. Oh. I hope that doesn't come off weird. You were just such a pleasant person to be around. You really brought life into that funeral. Oh, really? Thank you, I think. So, what brings you to the library today? Oh, well, I didn't really have it planned, so I thought I'd just check out a book or something. Likewise. What kind of book were you interested in checking out? Be honest. I'm actually here to look for a shoujo manga. A shoujo manga? What's that? Oh, it's like... Do you know what manga is? I have an idea, but I can't say I've ever read one myself. Well, it's like one of those... But it usually centers around the romance between two main characters. And sometimes there's like friends or rivals, but I really like the comedy ones. Because you get cute jokes mixed into the romance. But sometimes the drama ones are really cute too, and they can get really intense. And, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not good at explaining things. No worries, I think you did a good job. Shoujo. Sounds interesting. Perhaps I'll check out my phone, dear. I'm trying to be more open to new things after all. Anyways, what are you here to read? Me? I'm reading Manslaughter on the Manslaughter on the Disorient Locomotive. They really worked on that title. They really worked on that title. Oh, I've been meaning to read that one too. Do you want it then? What? Oh, no, that's okay. Please, take your time. Just, if you wouldn't mind... Would you tell me when you're done with it? You know, so I could maybe read it after? I'm fine with that. Though, I've already gotten pretty far in, and I don't think I'll be finished by today. You have a cell phone, yes? Would it be alright if I have your number? That way I can notify you as soon as I'm finished. And, well, I'd like to try and be friends, too, if that's alright. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, of course. Oh, Mary's voice is like hurting my throat. Okay. Reginald and I exchanged phone numbers. I was shocked he even remembered me, but I'd considered meeting him again a pleasant surprise. And one I really appreciated. After our exchange, I picked out a shoujo book from one of the shelves and began to read it in one of the other spots in the library. God dang it, Deli, can you read maybe for once in your life? I ended up liking it so much, I looked for the other books and brought 2 or 3 home with me to read later. After I came home, had dinner, and cleaned the kitchen up, I began my usual nighttime routine. I got changed into pajamas, brushed my teeth, sat on my bed, and texted whoever they are. Should give a name to them. Hi, it's me again. Are you there? Yes. You're still not going to tell me anything, are you? No. Can I ask you something, even if you won't give me an honest answer anyways? Okay. Are you the Blackwood Butcher? Would I tell you if I was? Are you afraid for their safety? Of course, why wouldn't I be? I see. Should I be afraid for my own safety? Who am I to tell you what you should and shouldn't be afraid of? Your fears are your own to judge. You're way too vague. Why'd you even contact me to begin with? I thought you'd like to know about your parents. I'm only trying my best to keep you happy. You think I'm happy? Maybe not now, but you will be. I have to go now. Goodbye. Goodbye. After another frustrating and unsettling night of text messages, I got under the covers and tried my best to sleep. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of difficulty trying. You just said the same thing twice, but okay. I don't exactly remember when, but eventually I was able to sleep, even if not peacefully. Dad? Oh, she's so small. Yes, sweetheart? Yes. Is something wrong? Why is... Okay. Just saying, the name for Dad and the name for the mysterious person on, like, the phone, same color. That is the same color of blue. Mama told me that Uncle Ray died. See, that's the same color. Did she know? Are we going to go see him? No. You don't need to worry about that. I don't? But... Listen, Mary. Normally when someone passes, you hold a funeral for them, right? Yeah. The thing about funerals, though, is that they're for people who are worth remembering. Dang. Absolute savage. She just looks more tired and more tired every day. After I got out of my bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. She just has, like, that dress just a bunch of times. Just so many of that dress. Alright, where should I go today? Let's go to the cemetery. I think that makes sense. Let's go to all three of them. I went to my favorite place, the cemetery. The cemetery is pretty much on the same block as my family's restaurant. Right next to it, in fact. All you have to do is cross the street. It's on the same side of the road. I think my parents chose this location because it's good for business. Is it? That's what my mom told me anyway. People are usually hungry after a funeral. Crying really takes a lot out of you after all. Dang. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if that's, like, statistically proven in any way. I was always glad to live there because I really love visiting the cemetery. I like to walk down the rows and see who got flowers that day. That's what I do most days. Sometimes I'll pick my own flowers just to leave on graves that look like they've been forgotten about. I'm actually quite known for the cemetery. Some people have even begun to use a nickname for me, though I don't know how many of them even know what I look like. Oh, is that our cousin? That's Crovin? Who's this bruh? I'm sure I'll find out. When I arrived at the cemetery gates, however, I was surprised to see Crovin standing there with what looked like a new friend. Crovin? Mary? Ugh, did you follow me? Huh? No, I didn't. You know I always come here. Yeah, but that's not usually until later. Why are you here so early? I mean, it's not as if I had anything better to do. Well, do you have to be here right now? I'm kinda on a date. Oh, this is a date? I mean, it can be if you want it to be. I'll think about it. Neither of these are really good. I mean... Who's your friend? This is... Vasilis? I'm going with Vasilis. I met him at the arcade. Yo. Sorry, Mary, but can you please go? I really just don't have the energy for this right now. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I'll see you later. Later. See you some other life, Mary. That's an interesting comment. I left Crovin alone. I didn't want to interrupt his little date or whatever. I especially didn't want to make him more mad at me. However, I wasn't going to let him stop me from going into the cemetery. I continued on past the gates and stepped inside. It seemed emptier than usual. Didn't look like any funerals were being held today. Would it be mean of me to wish there was? Yeah, it probably would be. I forget I say anything like that. It was a really awful thing to say. When nighttime rolled around, I headed back home. I slipped into my pajamas and headed to bed almost immediately. Of course, though, I couldn't sleep right away. I had someone I needed to talk to first. Yep. Good evening again. Good evening. May I ask you something? You always do. How did you know my name is Mary? I've always known. Huh? I've always known what your name is. If we did, you probably wouldn't remember. If? So we didn't meet. Take the if as a maybe. We may have met before, but would it make any difference if you didn't remember me? It would be as if we were meeting for the first time. That's weird. You're weird. Guys, they're weird. I'm uncomfortable. Any updates on my parents? They are fine. Will I ever see them again? Yes. Because I'm coming to get you soon. I just need more time. Good night, Mary. That's the most unnerving thing they've said. Yeah, I went to sleep feeling pretty shaken that night. I tried not to think about it. I'm surprised I was able to get any sleep at all. I'm surprised I didn't have any nightmares either. Uncle Cross? Yeah, Mary? Uncle Cross, can I ask you a question? I like the little... It looks like a bunny, but I can't... It's not really a bunny. I don't know what that is, but I like it. Sure thing, kiddo. Shoot. How'd you lose your eye? Ah, Mary. That's not... It's fine, I don't mind. I lost my eye in war. You were in war, Uncle Cross? I was. I won't get into the specifics of it, but it was important to me that I protect my family in any way I could. Do you miss it? My eyeball? Yeah. You know something? Not as much as I thought I would. I think I would miss you a lot more. Oh. He's a liar. No, I'm kidding. I woke up late the next morning. I must have been pretty tired after the few days. I dragged myself out of bed and followed my normal morning routine. Got changed into my favorite outfit, had breakfast, etc. And of course, Crovin was once again nowhere to be seen. However, when I checked my phone that morning, I realized he had sent me a message. To my surprise, there were other messages there as well from my new friends. Who should I read first? Oh, who is this, bruh? He's a very pretty bruh. Who should I read first? Let's read Twyla's first. Mary, it's Twyla. If you're still interested in helping me, I'll be at the library around noon today. It should be quieter there, and there's some books I want to pick up for research purposes. Meet me there if you can, but if not, I'll just call you up another time. Oh. Okay, Crovin. Hey Mary, I'm sorry. I know I've been acting really nasty to you lately. I hope you know I don't mean it. Have you been to the Planet Dollars yet? I'll be heading there for lunch today, maybe at like 12:30. You should come and have lunch with me, my treat. And then I can like formally apologize or whatever. So we got something at, oh dear, we are close to the times, but we got something at 11, we got something at 12:30. Good morning, Miss Marianta. I hope you're doing well today. You had asked about that book the other day, right? Well, I actually finished it quite quicker than I expected to. I'd really love to give it to you, but I won't be at the library today. I'm actually going to be at the cemetery. You like that place though, right? You should come see me, then I can pass the book over to you. I'll be there 1:15 noon or so. Ooh. So we could hypothetically run to each one, but that's not a whole lot of time for the cousin. Then maybe after we can grab lunch or something together? I hope that doesn't come off weird. It does a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But he's a family friend, I'm assuming, so... Call me back. Exit phone? Yeah, I guess exit phone. I was messaged by each of them. However, I think I'll only have time to meet up with one of them today. Where should I go today then? I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to see what's up with the cousin, Crovin. I kind of like Crovin. I think we should like try and fix that bond a little bit, since it seems to be kind of rusty after everything that's happened. So I think I'm gonna go with Crovin. It was a tough choice, but I had to choose one of them. I told the others I had plans and I'd have to meet with them some other time. Then, when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. Also, Twyla, she didn't have like any sense of urgency in her text, so I imagine it couldn't have been anything like crazy that she figured out, like, oh, I found out who the killer was. And then the other one's just a book, so... Which obviously is not the case in these games, because everything is important, but you know, that's just my logical thinking. I spotted Crovin pretty quickly. Dressing the way we do, it wasn't that hard. I'd recognize those red and black striped sleeves from a mile away. When Crovin saw me, he gave me a hug, and it made me realize how long it had been since he last hugged me. His arms felt relaxed, and he was wearing his classic smile. For a moment, it looked as if he was back to his normal old self. We had lunch together, and like he had promised, it was his treat. Oh, he's so sweet! Look at that smile! Oh, he's so smiley! Wait, what did he say? I didn't see what he said. Of course I did. You know I had to do it to... What the... Oh, he's a memester. I love this thing. That's so you. I know, right? I thought about mentioning how happy I was that he was starting to feel alright. But I was worried that by bringing it up, he might get upset again. Yeah, this kinda doesn't seem right. So I just kept the conversation going. There was no reason to bring it up anyways. So, would you consider it a successful date? Oh yeah, totally. I mean, they looked ready to kill me by the end of it, but in the fun way, you know? Kinda like how my mom looks at Dad whenever he makes a bad pun. Exactly! Oh, I'm so happy for you. Do you think you'll take them out again? Maybe. Wow. Going on a date sounds fun. Ah, don't worry, Mars. Someone will take you out one day. Like with a, like as an assassin or a date. So anyways, do you like it here? The Planet Dollars, I mean. I always thought it was overhyped, but now that we have one, it actually ain't too shabby. Oh, actually, I've been here before. Why would you tell him that, you idiot? Okay. Oh, you have? When? Oh, I was here just the other day, because I wanted to check it out. Funnily enough, we sat at this table, too. Oh, you did- Wait! Who's we? Did you suddenly make friends behind my back? Huh? Oh! When I was here, the place was pretty packed, so the only empty seat was at this table. But some other girl was sitting here, too. I guess we're kinda, like, friends now? I mean, I just met her, but we're keeping in contact, so... Her name's Twyla, and- Twyla?! Yeah? Is there a problem with that? Mary, listen to me. I'm saying this because I care about you. Stay away from Twyla. Huh? Why? You just can't talk to her, okay? I can't... Ugh. Of all people, you had to talk to her? She's the kind of girl who'd stab the devil in the ass with his own pitchfork. Seriously, you shouldn't be talking to her. Do you know her? Did something happen between you two? You've never mentioned her before, and... Mary, please. I know I'm coming off really bad right now, and you probably think I'm being a giant jerk, but just don't talk to her. You just can't. If she's that bad, I'll watch my back. I already promised her I'd help her with some stuff, but I trust your reasons for disliking her, even if I don't know what they are. I think it's a little late to back out of the agreement, but I'll definitely take what you said to heart. I'll be careful. Good, you should be. Come on, let's go throw our trash out. Dang. Still salty over Twyla, even after I had attempted to drop the conversation. He said he wouldn't talk about it anymore. But I better not ever mention him to Twyla. Ever. We tried to spend the rest of the day together, but it was more than apparent he wasn't in a good mood anymore. You ruined it! You ruined the smiley! He was so smiley! At least by the time we started heading home, he had calmed down to a much more normal state. After getting home, he said he was going to smoke outside for a little bit, so I let him and headed up to bed. and did what I do every night. Hi. Hello. Can we talk about this thing you said the other night? I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since you said it. What's bothering you? You said that you were coming for me. That you just needed more time. Are you really going to steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. It's for the best. You're gonna make me feel sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? Who you really are. Who are you, bro? Is that really what you want? You'll see me soon. But you shouldn't worry about it. It will happen when it happens. This is for the best. Even if you can't see that right now. Even if you can't ever. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. Interesting. I didn't sleep at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to, but nothing could calm me down after at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. The next morning when I got up, Crovin was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anyone, not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. Not eating breakfast, Mars? I responded. Ooh. I'm just gonna pick up something while I'm out. He responded with a simple, okay, and after that I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place and not be bothered. On the bus ride there, all three of them texted me again. Crovin said he noticed I left pretty quickly and I hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said that he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The Dine Red. It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant? Bistro? I never knew the right word for places like this. We've always had such silly names to it since it was next to the cemetery. The rest aren't in peace. Sometimes the diner. Even just simply Dine Dead. I always wondered if others caught on. That is kind of funny. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it, but there's 2 floors. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sometimes all in the same day. The top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms and a bathroom and even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one could get up there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked. You need a key. Which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in here, not even me, because, I don't know, it's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front, too. It's my house, after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by and maybe a person or two on the sidewalk, but no one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see a few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotion. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time, because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice. At least a little bit. Just being able to be in my own house after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows the same way it always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's specials board was in the same spot. But it felt so empty, so desolate, so abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people, even if just one person was there. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I'd see families come by for dinner, or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place. Like, the time we had a Halloween party! It was more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up in our parking lot giving out candy, and there were a few games to play. I remember Mom helping me put together a little Grim Reaper outfit. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with the other kids, and even was able to see them, considering I was homeschooled. I remember Crovin being there too. He was just like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when he tried to go bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. That's so gross. We even came up with that. I don't think I could even imagine doing it today. But it seemed fun as a kid, I guess, even though I never did so. It's just apples, bro. Just apples. Just apples and water. Chill out. You look like an apple. I probably thought it was gross back then too, I guess. I remember Crovin got to sleep over afterwards too. And Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It's funny. I use some of those decorations in my room now. But I remember all the booths and tables and windows being absolutely covered in orange and black streamers. But now it was all covered in dust, and no one's here. Where should I go? Let's go to my room. I decided to head up to my room. My real room. Yeah, see, there's the little guy. I like that little guy. As I stepped inside, I felt strangely happy. I missed my old room, and all my stuff. You didn't take any of your stuff. It felt so nice to be back, even if I wasn't staying. Just the sense of familiarity made me feel so calm. I wish I was able to take some of the stuff back home with me, but I didn't have anything to carry it in. When was the last time I was even in this room? I sat on my own bed. It was just as comfy as I remembered it. The bed in the cabin was nice, but it just couldn't compare. I missed having a canopy above me. I've had this bed ever since I was a little girl. I remember Dad tucking me into this bed and reading me bedtime stories when I was too fussy to sleep right away. It didn't take long for me to start crying. I missed my bed, I missed my house, I missed my parents. I remember my mom wishing me a good night one day, and then disappearing the very next. I hadn't heard from them since. They could be dead right now and I wouldn't even know. I didn't want to think about that. But could I really ignore the possibility if it meant... I just hated this situation I was in. Every little thing about it. I wanted to scream, but what good would that do? I felt helpless. All I could do was sit, cry, and wait for it to be over. I ended up falling asleep in my old bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed, but I felt groggy and I didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. Dang, I did want to check out the parents' room, but that's fine. I got up from the bed and began to head downstairs. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed. A person? Is that Twyla? No, she doesn't have the eyebrows. Someone is here. Some stranger kneeling over the front of my doorway for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up. No one should have... That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there, hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed with baggy dark clothes and their hood up told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly and let a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. You idiot! Okay, the stranger immediately bolted outside. Wait! I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them, but even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could keep up with anyways. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be. And I don't want to put up any kind of attention on myself. I can't just call nobody. I have to tell somebody about this. Who do I go to? Could have been the killer. Oh, this is a lot. Reginald! I feel like probably not. Twyla could have been the killer. I don't think we should be interacting with Twyla right now. And yeah, Crovin is family. He'll know what to do. Which makes sense. Call mystery number. Was that you? Mystery number ain't gonna pick up, bruh. So, but Crovin might also get upset and be like, what are you doing in there? You weren't supposed to be in there. You know this. You know, like any lame family member does. So I actually think I'm gonna call Reginald. Since he's nearby. He was close by so he could get here the quickest. And maybe on his way over he might see that intruder. Come on, please pick up. Hello? Mary? Reginald? Reginald, you're in the cemetery right now, right? Yes, why? Can you come over here? Over where? Next door, the diner. I'm here and I really need your help. Help? What's wrong? What happened? I'll explain it once you're here. Can you just please come over here? Certainly, I'll be there momentarily. Thank you. It was only a few minutes before Reginald got there, but it felt like hours to me. Once he arrived, he commented on how shaken I looked and asked what happened. I told him. Everything. About how my parents were missing and how I wasn't supposed to be here. I asked if he had seen any hooded person on his way over looking like they were in a rush, but he said he didn't see anything. He wasn't really sure what he could do to help, but he offered to look around with me and we could see if they left anything behind. I thought that sounded like a good idea at the time. It made the most sense in my head. We started in the dining area and started working our way upstairs. I guess I must have looked really scared because the look Reginald gave me when he faced me again looked so worried that it worried me even more. He reassured me that I didn't have to worry, offered to hold my hand to help me calm down. I accepted. We looked around but couldn't find anything suspicious left behind. However, when we checked my parents' room, I noticed one of my mother's necklaces was missing from her drawer. It was the necklace my father had given her for their anniversary a few years back. But she couldn't have taken it with her. I remember seeing it here, checking the diner after my parents first disappeared. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. To think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh God. Eventually we gave up on looking. There was nothing else of note, and it's not like we could really do anything else right now. We headed back downstairs. At the very least, having Reginald here was able to calm me down some. Interesting. Mary, I'm very sorry I wasn't able to help you as much as you would have liked. What? No, don't say that. You helped me a lot. I'm very glad you came. Really, I feel a lot better. Really, you're sure? Yes, thank you. Well, I'm glad I was able to help in at least one regard. You know, I was wondering why this place had closed down so suddenly. I had no idea it's because its owners went missing. A shame, too. I know I would have only been here when we first met, but I would have loved to come again. I'm sorry, that was the wrong choice of words. I didn't mean... No, I'm fine, it's fine. It'll open again once they come back. Well, for your safety then, can you please not come in here until they get back? Huh? I don't know who was in here earlier, but there's a possibility they might come back. They could be dangerous, right? And what if you got hurt? Pathetic. Go back inside. You have to look out for yourself, Mary. I'm sure you miss your parents dearly, but they wouldn't want you putting yourself in danger now, would they? Yeah, I suppose you're right. I never even thought of that way. You're right. I'll lock this place up again. Then at least if that person does come back, at least they can't get in. That sounds like a good idea. Here, let's go. Why don't you walk around the cemetery with me? I'm sure it'll at least feel better than standing here. I should have called Crovin, or whatever his name is. I forgot. I should have called the cousin. I like that. I like that funky guy. Yeah, you're right. I think I'd like that, thank you. I let Reginald take me to the cemetery away from the diner. He told me to show him all my favorite spots. Occasionally, he'd ask about a decorated grave, ask if I knew who the person there was. I wish I was able to have more answers for him. The rest of my day was pretty hazy. I couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. I didn't really feel any sort of relief until I got into bed that night. But, you know, that's never a relieving part of my days anyway. Yep, let's hit up the bruh. Hello, again. Good evening. Was that you in my diner today? What do you mean? Earlier today, I was in my diner, or house, I guess. There was a stranger. I couldn't see their face, and they ran out as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was that you? No. I don't know why I bothered asking anyway. I doubt you'd give me the truth either way. Sometimes lying will be necessary. But I am telling the truth now. If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why's that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. Good night, Mary. So much for getting a good night's sleep. I mean, you do this to yourself. You didn't have to contact them. Although, considering your parents are missing, you know, you might want to contact them, but still. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary. No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night. A long night? You went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. Do they have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday! Okay, I'll be down soon. Oh, she's so small, so tiny. I got quickly... But this is her current favorite dress. Hello, father? I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. If you don't hurry, I'm going to eat all of them. Dad! Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. No, this is her current favorite outfit. See, they look like some type of animal. I wonder if there's some type of animal. Like a little owl or something. Ooh. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom. Of course, dear. So, do you have any plans today? No, not really. Oh, is Crovin busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can? Of course we can! Didn't you want to see that new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? That does not sound like a good movie. Are you sure? Aren't you busy? You know I'm never too busy for my little girl. That sounds really fun, but what about Mom? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning's been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something? No, something's weird here. But what? What's wrong? Coffee? Let's see. Utensils! Yeah, you ain't got no utensils. I guess all of this could be kind of weird, but it's way too empty in here. Makes sense. Well, both Mom and Dad don't have their eyes open, and I think that's just kind of interesting. Let's just say it's way too empty in here. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. They don't open up until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so what's wrong? Coffee? I mean, I know she said that she doesn't like coffee, but her mom liking coffee makes sense. Let's say Mom. Mom's fine. Mom's always... Wait. Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that was talking to me? My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I could make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I can't believe I got that. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Was that even my dad? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things, but... Huh? Mom? What are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? Oh! Oh, that's awesome. Ah, nightmare. I was expecting something's weird about that. What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I had been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have, even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say they appreciate it. I'm gonna save here because I really haven't saved in a long time, and I'm not usually about that. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today. And I'm excited to see what they're like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their head to me as I came near. It started to rain. It never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might when I saw all the clouds out this morning, so I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella, and no one was even bothering to help keep her dry, so I covered her with my umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Pardon me, if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? Who died? Oh, well, it was my darling Miss Bella. She just passed last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her? Me? Ah, yes. I'm Spella's mom. I never met you before, have I? That's okay. Lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. No, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. Why would you ask how she died, bruh? Let's do it. Ask how she died. I'm making Mary just like so annoying. I think it's kind of silly. Oh, you do not have to. I'm sorry if that was too intrusive. She was sick, you see, for a very long time. She was in the hospital for a while. We always thought that she was going to get better. It always seemed that way, at least. In the end, well, things didn't go as we thought they would. I see. Sorry, I have to breathe. It's a lot. It is a lot of reading. Okay. I'm very sorry that happened. It's alright. We tried our best. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where's she going to go? And who will tell her how to get there? The way she is right now, is she happy? Even if she's not. She's not alone. How can you say she's alone when everyone here is beside her? I know she can't really say much about it, but I'm sure she's happy to have all her friends and family by her side. All the people here. She meant a lot to them, didn't she? That's why they're all here to keep her company. I know lots of people like to think you're alone when you die, but I think it's hard to consider all this being alone, you know? She's not alone when we're all here. Yes, I suppose that's true. We're all together here, aren't we? Then, I suppose I'm glad she isn't alone. Yes, me too. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It is a funeral, after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite alright. Talking about it has actually helped a little bit. I feel a little bit better after hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes, thank you. Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's alright. My name is Mary. Mary. Ah, hold on a moment. Do you mean to say you're... Cemetery Mary. I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she'd want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. Huh. It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered, and soon enough the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and to each other, and then steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. I'd have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral. So I quietly said my goodbyes and left. But to my surprise, someone was there waiting for me on the sidewalk. Oh my god, it's the bruh! Crovin. Hey Mars, you good? Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing out here? I don't know. I remember you talking about some sort of funeral happening today. Figured I'd stop by and ask if you wanted to hang after. But I guess now is after. So, wanna hang now? Oh, alright. What's that look for? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. It's just, well, I don't know. You've kind of been in a bad mood lately. It's kind of sudden that you want to hang out right now. I almost just bit my tongue. That could have been really bad. Ah. Is there any reason for that? Nah, nothing special. It's not like I have any other plans today or anything. No one's been responding to my texts, so... Oh, I see. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. So we hanging or not? Oh, yeah. Just, you're not, you know, gonna get snappy with me, are you? No promises. Crovin! I'm kidding. I won't. Come on, let's go. See, I love this thing. I followed Crovin down the sidewalk as we headed somewhere. Suddenly, he wants to spend time with me again. Even though other times it's like he can't wait to get as far away from me as possible. Still, though, I would appreciate the time we wanted to spend with me when he did. Oh, he's so smiley! He's so smiley! We kept walking together. I kinda just let him lead and followed him wherever it was he was going. I didn't even think to ask him until we had been walking a block or two already. Oh, hey, where are we going actually? Or are we just wandering? Huh? Oh, no. I figured we could go to the arcade together. Ever since I was there the other day, I've been itching to go back. And it's not like I can play the fighting games alone. I mean, I can, but it's not as fun. The arcade? I felt so excited! I can't remember the last time I went to the arcade. Or any arcade for that matter. I wondered if it still looked the same as it does in my head. I wonder if they still had the crane machine? Well, those questions will be answered shortly enough. Oh god, please nothing ruin this. Oh look, they're both so smiley! Oh, I'm using this as the thumbnail. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. The automatic doors in front of the familiar brick building began to open up. The bright light from outside leaked into the dark interior of the building. The arcade? Oh, it was just how I remembered it. Except cleaner and with a new cartman. Cartman? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. How'd he get in here? And a new carpet. And I was taller now. Oh goodness. I haven't been to the arcade in so long. But look at this dude. He is so like happy. He is like so proud. Like why he's standing like that? Really? My friends are here all the time. Honestly, it's kind of a wonder we haven't been kicked out by now. Don't tell anyone, but I cheated at skee ball last time I was here. Maybe we can do that today and rack in some tickets. Then we can finally get that lava lamp from the prize booth. But only if they still have it in the blue color. This is so exciting! What should we play first? I don't know, why don't we look around and see? Crovin and I sought out for a game to play. We tried to look for the ones we could play together since we were both here. It was a bit of a challenge finding one that was free though. I guess everyone else had the same idea we did to come here today. Say, last time we were here, that's when you met that person, right? Vasilis, I think? Yeah, what about them? Well, how are they? You haven't talked about them since Planet Dollars. Uh-oh, I noticed Crovin's face go a little red. Oh, are you still seeing them? None of your business! Although it was a bit snappy, I can tell he didn't mean it maliciously. Eventually, a fighting game opened up just like he was hoping for, so we made our way over to begin playing. I'm not all that good at fighting games, or video games in general, but I have fun playing them regardless. As we selected our characters, Crovin said he wouldn't go easy on me, so I had to make sure I gave it my all. Oh, these character designs are so nice. Alright, here we go. You ready? I think so, maybe? Well, you better be. What should I do? This one? I don't know. Not bad. But I'm better. This one? Are you sure you haven't been here in a while? Yeah? I don't know. I feel like you're lying to me to make me let my guard down. Let's just keep going for the second one. Whoa, I actually won this time? Huh, not bad. Now you're sure you don't come here on your own sometimes? Never, I swear. I'm just messing with you, Mars. Nice job. Let's go, I'm a professional. Crovin and I played a few more games after that. Some more fighting ones, 1 or 2 racing ones, all the kinds of games you could play with 2 players. Those kind of games didn't really give out any tickets though, so it looked as if we wouldn't be getting that lava lamp today. Playing all these games was really fun, but I could see how it was starting to tire Crovin out. We were about to leave when I spotted it. This poor guy. I tugged on Crovin's sleeve, to which he turned and looked at it. He groaned. Really? The crane machine? You know they're just scams for your money, right? The toys in there are so cheap anyways, and don't you have enough? Alright, fine, I'll try it. Just keep in mind that I'm rusty, okay? Crovin and I walked up to the crane machine. He reached into his pockets for his wallet as I pressed my face to the glass in excitement. Dude, you know how many germs are on that glass? Get your hands off the glass. Which one are we going for? What are these little things? These little circles, bro, I love them. If there's one problem I definitely have, aside from all the others, it's that I love plushes too much. I always collect them, even though they usually just sit all pretty in my room. There's just something about how soft and comforting they are. Back when we were kids, Crovin and I would come to this arcade whenever he was in town. I always tried to win things from the crane machine, but I could never do it. Dad would always try too, but he was like me and could never quite get it right. But Crovin seemed to have a gift when it came to this stuff. It wasn't all the time, but more often than not, he was able to win things. And he always gave them to me. Most of the time, anyways. Alright, here we go. I heard him say as the claw lowered into the pit of toys and stuffed animals. I couldn't quite see what he was grasping, but he got something. It's gonna be like a severed head. When it raised itself up, it was a box. One of the mystery boxes holding a mystery prize inside. I had never seen Crovin win one of those before. I don't think I've ever seen anyone win any of those before. The box slid down into the prize chute, and I took it out. I dug into the tightly sealed tape with my fingernails and grabbed the flaps of the cardboard as I took out the prize. It was a book. You're kidding. A book! Despite having just come out of a machine, the book itself seemed a little old and worn. The cover— you're kidding! Why couldn't you just get something normal? See, Mary? I told you all these machines are scams. Who wants to win a book? What do you mean? It's perfect! I love it! Thank you for letting me have it! Psh, it's nothing. I mean, as long as you're happy with it, I guess it's fine. Crovin and I left the arcade after that. Ah, Crovin, so silly. But I had quite the pep in my step, I'm sure, as I was so happy with my new prize, and to be spending time with him again. It was actually a bit late in the day by the time we got out, so we grabbed something quick to bring back home for dinner. It was nice to be riding the bus back with Crovin this time. It made the ride and the walk back to the cabin feel much less lonely, and much less scary. After retiring to our rooms that night, I put the book on the bedside table to remember to read it later. I got all ready for bed and then pulled my phone out, knowing I wouldn't be able to rest until this was taken care of. So lame. Hey, are you still there? Hello? I'm here. What can I help you with? I mean, I think you already know the answer to that. Right. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you in that regard. They still alright? They are. Yet I never hear from them. Why is that? It's safer that way. I promise you. Why'd you even message me in the first place? I thought it would help you feel better. But if you truly want me to stop, I can do that. No, don't. And I won't stop replying to you. But for now, I'll have to. Good night, Mary. Yeah, we're not really getting anything out of them. I woke up the next morning pretty early. Earlier than usual. But I didn't feel tired. In fact, I actually felt pretty good. Yesterday was just a bit better of a day than usual. And I'm glad it happened. I tried to be quiet as I walked past Corvin's door that morning. I saw that he left it open a crack, so I peeked inside. He was sleeping still, drooling on his pillow, an arm hanging over the side. He looked absolutely silly, but it was nice to see him getting some rest for once instead of racing to get out of the house before dawn. Seeing as he was still home, I thought it might be nice if I made breakfast for the two of us. I went downstairs and into the kitchen and started preparing some stuff with what we had. A while later, I heard Crovin coming down the stairs from the thump of his steps, but he still alerted me by asking, "Hey, are you cooking something down here? Come into the kitchen. I just finished making pancakes." "What kind?" "What other kind? Chocolate chip, duh." "Ah, you're right. It was foolish of me to ask." I love these two so much. Crovin took his usual chair in the kitchen as I set out plates for us. "Do you want milk or water?" "Milk, of course. What kind of stupid bread do you take me for?" Crovin seemed pretty occupied with his phone, but I was in too nice of a mood to care about that. I gave us both milk glasses and put some chocolate syrup on the table just in case. 'Cause you know, you can never have too much. "Crovin, are you doing anything today?" "Why?" "I just had a lot of fun yesterday. I don't know. I thought maybe we could do something again today. If you wanted to." "Oh, you want to?" I hadn't really been planning on it." "Oh, I mean, it's okay if you're busy and all." "Well, I mean, there's some things I have to take care of first, but will you be free later tonight?" "Huh? I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't really hang out with anyone besides you anyways." "Alright, 'cause the gang and I were thinking of heading to this club tonight." "The gang?" "You know, me and my buds." "Oh, I've heard you talk about them, but I've never met them before." "See? Perfect then. You can come to the club with us, meet them, we can let loose over a few drinks, all good." I don't drink, but I don't terribly mind going to a club with Crovin. How old are these bros? I thought she was like at least 16 at least. Maybe most 18. I had never really been to a club before, and even though I'm sure I'm not really the kind of crowd they expected to see there, I was always curious to see what one was like. So I looked forward to it. She's gotta be older, but that's crazy. I cleaned the cabin a bit as it had been getting a bit out of shape, and tried to start I need to breathe. And tried to start a grocery list since I was sure we'd have to go on a run soon. Despite how I thought I might feel, I was excited actually. I had never met these friends of Crovin. I don't know why I mix up the letters, but I know that he's known them for a while. At least since he has been living closer to Blackwood, but maybe even earlier. There's been times when Crovin would rush out of the house during dinner just to go meet them. At least I always assumed it was them. He's always hanging out with them as far as I know, despite how much he seems to spend time with them. I've never met them or even seen what they look like before. I always hear good things about them from him though. So at the very least, I trust that they're nice people. I hope they like me. I kept up with Crovin throughout the day. I had to ride the bus into town without him this time, but that was okay. The hard part was following his directions. This club seemed like an awful lot of work to get to. But I was eventually able to find it after I realized it was sunken into the sidewalk. There was a staircase leading to the entryway, and I heard Crovin yell, "Ah, there she is!" as I cascaded down them and finally met the people I've heard so much about. Okay. They kind of look a little unhinged, but they look cool. Here she is, gal of the hour. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to, that's all I could mutter out. They appeared more rough than I was expecting. I mean, I knew that was the kind of look and crowd Crovin liked to hang around, but maybe I wasn't as ready to meet them as I thought. Alright, check them out. Fellas, this is Mary. Mary, these are the fellas. My dude over here is Theodore. My other gal over here is Sapara. Yo. Oh, she's kind of cute, Crovin. In a scary kind of way. Yeah. Creepy cute, as they say. I like her eyes. They're just screaming like, "Hey, looky, I've got a demon inside me." I like her horns too. She really sells the look. Their horns. Crovin's friends? I wasn't sure how to feel about their compliments, or how they were just looking at me. It felt as if they were eyeing me down, and they stood off mostly to Crovin's other side. I wish they'd stop looking at me like that. I wasn't really sure what to say. Alright, what are we waiting for then? Let's get in there. I peered around Crovin and his pals. There was a bouncer in front of the door. He seemed like a giant compared to us. I could also see that he was kind of glaring at us. I whispered over to Crovin. Is that guy gonna let us in? Huh? Oh, no, definitely not. It's cool though. I'm gonna be a distraction. Then you guys run in and I'll find my own way in. Huh? We've done this plenty of times before, so don't worry about it. I promise it's gonna be okay. If you say so. I mean, you seem to know your way around this better than I do. Atta girl. It's easy. You don't even have to do anything. Except go with the flow. Oh girl, if you mess this up. If you mess this up. I watched as Crovin walked right up to the bouncer and promptly oh dear! Crovin then zipped right past us, the bouncer charging down his path, missing the rest of us by a hair. Before I can even call out to him, I felt a tug on my arm as Theodore and Sapara pulled me to the door. Come on! That's our opening! And I was brought inside without any more protest. I forgot how loud clubs are supposed to be. I mean, I had never been in one before, and I had expected them to be loud, of course, but I didn't like the way the music felt as it pumped through my ears. Do you have ears? It made my bones shake. It was pretty dark, but there was also plenty of colorful strobing lights around. There was a large dance floor and a DJ booth and a bar off to the side, and plenty of people were up and dancing. We'd only been in here a few minutes, but I could already feel how humid the atmosphere was. And there was no doubt it would only start feeling more apparent as the night went on. I looked around us. Crovin wasn't anywhere, and I was stuck here with his friends. They were talking to each other, but I couldn't hear any of what they were saying over this booming music. They seemed to hear each other just fine, though. Eventually, they started walking somewhere. I trailed close behind them, not wanting to lose them in a crowd of people. They sat down at a table, and I awkwardly squeezed in next to them. To my surprise, Theodore took out a cigarette and a lighter. I wasn't sure if he was allowed to smoke in here, but I felt too intimidated to question it, especially someone I didn't know. I was also starting to worry about Crovin. He still wasn't here yet. I considered taking out my phone and calling him just to be safe, but no, you idiot. You messed this up and you're dead. Crovin's dead if you mess this up. Do not do anything. Before I knew it, he was heading to our table. He even had a drink in hand. See, he's fine. I was astonished as he sat down next to us as if nothing happened. Jeez, can you believe these bros? Oh, I can believe it. Especially when it comes to you. Hey, shut up. I don't understand why it's always gotta be like this. I'm giving them money after all. Shouldn't that be enough for him? Oh, look at Sapara. What is she doing? How did you get back here anyways? Nah, don't worry about it, Mars. I got it all under control. He says that. I say it because it's true. So, what are we talking about over here? Nothing. We were just waiting for you to show up. Aw, waiting on little old me? That's so sweet. So sweet I could puke. Oh, again? Shut the heck up, bruh. Crovin and his friends laughed amongst each other. Anyone could see how close they were just with a quick glance at them right now. They seemed to make him happy. Happier than I'd seen him in a while. I liked seeing Crovin interacting with them and seeing how well they got along. Bro, she is staring at her. She's got crazy in her eyes. Okay. But that just made me feel like even more of an outsider sitting amongst them all. So, Mary, was it? Theodore took a long drag of his cigarette and then blew it right in my face. I tried to keep a polite demeanor as he did so. What do you do? Huh? I'm sorry, I don't understand. It's an easy question, isn't it? What do you do? What do I do? What's your job? Oh, Ooh. I used to be a waitress, but it only lasted a little while. I'm, not the best when it comes to people, I guess. She is staring. She's got crazy in her eyes. Luckily, I've been able to stay with Crovin while I try to start things out. Yeah, so if they're expecting her to be working, she's gotta be older. She doesn't look very old. Alright. But they couldn't get past the bouncer either. I have no idea. Not even gonna ask. He's been very generous letting me stay. Oh, Crovin's letting you have it easy, huh? You mooching off him then? You're playing things smart if you are. What's he bought for you, huh? Huh? If it's a jacuzzi, can I try it? Hey, knock it off. Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Unless it is. Does Crovin think I'm mooching off of him? You would say that, huh? I'm not following. Don't worry about it. Zap's just an idiot. Yeah, says you. Point proven. So, Mary, where'd you get those eyes, huh? Oh, my parents gave them to me? I guess it could be a little surprising. She just has burning red eyes. Ah, jeez. Must have been a disappointing present. If my mama gave me eyes like a dead fish, I have been bawling. I hope they kept the receipt. She's just joshing you. Don't take it too seriously. Yeah, I'm just having a bit of fun. I think Mary is too nice of a name for her, though. Nice? Nice like soft. It's too soft. Like a pansy. If she's gonna be hanging with us, she needs a cool name. Should we call her Mars too, then? Buzz off. Only I'm allowed to call her that. Oh, I know. We can call her Scary Mary. Scary Mary? Well, hold on now. It's pretty fitting, I think. You think I'm scary? Oh, definitely. Like, I'm scared when I go to sleep tonight you'll be standing at the foot of my mattress. And you'll say something like, only a week remains. I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. You can? She ever do that to you, Crovin? Nah, I'm just joking. Mary's too soft. She's like a marshmallow. Well, you know what we do with marshmallows, right? I felt weird. I like this girl. Like, she's crazy, but I like her. Everything just felt like too much. Like, there wasn't enough room for everything that was happening. The lights, the music, the people, Crovin's friends. It was all a bit too much for me. I need to... Excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, that's it! She's like Bloody Mary, sneaking into the bathroom to take her next victim through the mirror. Be easy on them, won't you? The lights in the bathroom ain't that good, and you'll scare the crap out of someone looking like that. Oh dear. I got up from my table and squirmed my way throughout the crowd, looking for the ladies' room. I had begun to regret coming here, even if it weren't for the way his friends were talking. I wasn't a fan of this atmosphere. It was all so loud and so bright. I never liked this kind of stuff. Why did I come again? I went into the bathroom and only there did I realize how sweaty I was. It felt gross. I went over to one of the sinks and rinsed my hands and face with some cold water. I do like Sapara as like a character to like voice act. I think she is a very interesting character. I like that kind of character type. Crovin never told me his friends were like that. When he used to describe them to me, they always seemed so much nicer through his words. Although, should I have expected anything different? I always knew these were the kind of people Crovin liked to hang out with. I don't know why. Crovin's such a nice person. Even if he hasn't been the nicest lately, still. Crovin's been moody. He doesn't mean it. Just because he's been cranky lately, that doesn't mean he means to hurt my feelings. I know that he doesn't try to, but these people, I had just met them and yet the way they talk to me. Crovin didn't even seem to mind that much, and my computer is dying. Hold on. Alright. No problems. Maybe I was the problem then? Nah, I just said no problems, bro. I probably shouldn't have taken things so seriously. Before I could have my thoughts to myself much longer, though, someone opened one of the stalls behind me. I hadn't even noticed someone was here. It's a good thing I wasn't thinking out loud. She approached the sink to wash her hands, and I realized it was... Yep, it's Twyla. Oh dear. Twyla? Oh, hey. Didn't expect to see you here. Doesn't really seem like your type of event. No offense. I could say the same about you. What are you doing here? I come here a lot, actually. Really? I wouldn't have expected that from you. Well, it's not a lot. I just meet up with some friends here every once in a while. It's where they like to be. How about you? Ooh, yeah, we can't talk to her. Crovin wouldn't like it if he found out I was talking to Twyla right now. I don't know how Twyla feels about him, so it might not be the best time to bring it up to her. Oh, I was just invited by a friend. I had never been to one of these places, so I thought it could be nice. But it's really loud out there. And my friend brought some of his other friends, and they're what? I don't know. Obnoxious maybe? I don't know. That feels mean to say, but they feel kind of mean to me. Mean how? I don't know, like comparing me to Bloody Mary and stuff? Gross. That sucks. That's why I'm in here, actually. I don't really think I want to go back out again. I can do you a favor if you'd like. Oh? My friends and I, we actually sit in the VIP area. It's a lot more chill over there, for lack of a better word. Wait, you're actually inviting me? We haven't even known each other for that long. And VIP rooms are expensive too, aren't they? It's fine. We're going to be working together, right? So we should help each other. Besides, I have a feeling you're not really going to come back to this place after tonight. So I don't think anyone will be bothered by you just being here one time. Oh, I do kind of want to try it. Can I really just leave him alone? I know he's with his friends, but still, what if he starts wondering about me? And if he finds out I was hanging around Twyla, he might get upset with me again. Our relationship is starting to get better. I don't want him to get mad at me. Ah! When can I save? Just let me save. Yeah, just let me save. I think I'm gonna go back to Crovin. I want to see how that goes. That's very nice of you to offer, but I'm sorry. I wouldn't feel right abandoning the people who invited me here. Even if they have been a little nasty. Suit yourself then. Yeah, she doesn't really care. She doesn't care which one we pick. Twyla then left out the bathroom without another word. I followed shortly after. I didn't see her after exiting the bathroom again. It almost seems like there was more people when I had entered. Caught me a bit off guard, but I tried to keep my composure as I made my way back to our table. Even though I didn't really feel like going back, it was the right thing to do. I was invited here after all. Besides, if I went off with Twyla, Crovin might have been worried about me, because he still cares. Yeah, he's gotta. I returned to the table and Crovin clumsily got up to let me slide into my seat again. He looked intoxicated already. Nah, they look the same. Hey, sorry. Did I miss anything? Nothing much, except Crovin downing 2 of these little things he's drinking already. Oh, really? I'm waiting for him to throw it up. We're betting on how much he can get to. I don't think he's gonna make it to double digits. Oh, is he okay? I'm fine. Don't even worry about it. I'd keep an eye on him. Yeah, I try to. Everyone's eyes are always on Crovin already. Mary, Mars, Marshmallow. Yes? I was just telling them about that thing you do. But like, you know it better than me, so yeah, tell us. Yeah, something about the graveyard, right? We like that place too, so... Oh, do you? I don't recall having ever seen you there before, but well, I sneak into funerals, they're gonna love that. I like to spend a lot of time there, so I'm quite familiar with the layout. I like to leave flowers out on lonely graves sometimes, and I also, on occasion, I sneak into a funeral too. Oh, now. That's something I didn't expect out of the supposed goody two-shoes. Talk about a party crasher. Tell them that nickname they call you. Oh, Some folks have started calling me Cemetery Mary. That's a great game title. I think they should really consider that for a game. Because I'm always, like, there. And Mary is my name. Oh, that's you? I've heard that name before. I just didn't expect Cemetery Mary to be all puny and polite. Oh? Yeah, I thought it was like some kind of urban legend, you know? We thought it was a ghost in the cemetery. Like, beware of the dreaded Cemetery Mary. She creeps amongst the graves of her victims and you could be next. Oh, no, I never. Now that I'm thinking about it. Cemetery Mary. I like it. Sounds like a band name. Mind if I use it? Oh, you're in a band? Nah. The only people I'd have to start a band with are these two bros. And the only thing they know how to play is with my temper. Hey, don't say that, man. Yeah, you love us. Love is a strong word. Ugh, don't be rude. Sapphira hit Theodore with the ends of her sleeves. He laughed. Crovin laughed. I laughed too. I found it a lot easier to join in their conversation. At least easier than it was before. Yeah, y'all got common interests now. I was kind of glad I had decided to return to the table. I was still a bit uneasy, of course. I did just meet them after all, and they were way closer with each other than me. But I felt like maybe after a lot of time, they could grow to be some of my friends too. I would really like that. I just wish they didn't say that stuff before. That's all. You know how it'd be. As the night went on, Crovin had downed quite a few drinks. He was hopelessly drunk, flopped over the table, and only able to giggle to himself. He never used to be this bad when it came to drinking. I picked him off the table and told his friends I ought to get him home. They didn't protest in the slightest. I wished them a good night, slumped Crovin over my shoulder, and headed to the exit. You're just gonna be able to pick him up like that? Dang. I wasn't sure how I was gonna be able to get Crovin out without the bouncer noticing. But to my surprise, when I opened the door, no one was out there. I was confused, but I also wasn't going to pass up on the opportunity. I hurried along as fast as I could, what with Crow on top of me and all. We then waited together at the bus stop for the next bus to come, so that we could get home. It was hard for me to tell if Crovin had passed out or not while we were waiting, but he got up when the bus arrived. I still carried him, though, just in case he tripped over himself. And we got on the bus together. Bro is dead. The bus ride was long and tiring. Crovin leaning over me, his breath reeking of overpriced alcohol. It was even harder getting off the bus. I still carried him because I know he needed me. Mary. Yes? Are you okay? Mary! I never liked seeing him like this, but at least I knew that when he was with me, he was safe. Yes, Crovin? I love you. I love you too. And I really do. I've always loved Crovin. He was like family. Is he not your cousin? Is this not your cousin? I thought this was your cousin. I thought this was your cousin the whole time. Imagine Crovin's not her cousin. And the first friend I had ever made. The only friend I had ever made. Hearing him say he loved me was something he seldom did as the year passed. So hearing him say right now, well, I wish I could say it made me feel very happy. It did make me feel a little happy, but I wish it was something I could hear him say when he was sober too. Oh, they're so cuteness. Just like as characters. I like them very much. I carried Crovin back up to his room and laid him on top of his bed. I think he passed out the minute his head hit the pillow. I kissed his forehead goodnight and headed to my own room. I wish I could have slept as easily as he did. Nope, but we got business to take care of. So let's just get to it. Also, I don't know where you're sleeping, because this thing is just taking up the entire bed. Are you there? I have a question for you. Yes? What do you do all day? I can't answer that. Why not? You definitely don't just sit at the phone all day. Well, of course I don't. Then what do you do? I can't tell you. Is it because you're scared? Don't be silly. Of course I'm scared. Really? I have every reason to be. Maybe even more reason than you do. If you can believe that. You still haven't answered me though. What is it that you do? I look out for you. Good night, Mary. This game is long, bro. We haven't even finished one route. We're at like 140 minutes. Okay. Hey, Stelly from the future. This game is so long. Like, I'm only on one route and there's like 3. So I'm gonna split up this video in half, basically. Or at least as half as I can. It's a 3-hour recording. It's a 3-hour and 30-minute recording. So I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna post both of the halves the same day, so you're not gonna have to wait. Don't worry about it. I do encourage you to check out the next part, because this game is so interesting. Like, I love the characters. I'm loving where this game is going. And I'm gonna hopefully get back to it after the next part also. See if maybe I can get a couple of endings. But anyway, I'll leave it in the description. Go check it out, and I will see you all next time. Bye!